Hello, I'm Darren Rovell, and I am joined by Chris Raybon for our 5 and 5 presented by BetMGM. We are going to give you 5 picks in 5 minutes, but first, Darren went 2-0. Wow, who am I, Ricky Henderson? I'm talking to myself like that. Darren went 2-0, and Chris went 1-2. Chris, you lost some. What happened to the Saints and the Jaguars in the final minutes?
It's just part of the game, man. You know, sometimes you get lucky and you get some of those covers, and sometimes they just get snatched from you. So on to next week.
So let's go over the leaderboard now. I went 0-6 in my first 3 weeks. You were 6-3. I am now 4-8, and you are 8-9-1. Woo!
Sexy.
I am making some moves here. God, if the square beats the sharp, that would be pretty amazing. First of all, let's get to the business of our sponsor, BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. They have an incredible offer. Just type in the code ACTION if you're new, and you'll get a completely risk-free bet up to $1,000. That's right, ACTION. In the promo code, if you're new to BetMGM, you'll get a risk-free $1,000 bet.
For my first pick, I am going with the Washington Commanders plus 5.5 at home against the Green Bay Packers. Just like the Jets last week, Washington's another defense that I think can give this Packers offense trouble. Washington is third in pressure rate on defense, and Rodgers' passer rating drops from 103 to 65 under pressure. And if Green Bay wants to lean on the run, Washington's also top 5 in run defense DVOA. There's no drop off from Carson Wentz to Taylor Heineke. In fact, it might be a slight upgrade. So I'm taking the Commanders to cover against a Packer team that only has one win all season by more than 3 points.
I think it actually is an upgrade. I love Taylor Heineke, and Aaron Rodgers is garbage. Maybe they start Jordan Love. I mean, he is.
I don't know about all that.
Okay, but I hate Aaron Rodgers, so I'm letting that cloud my vision there. I'm going to take the squarest square pick of all time this week. Like, oh my God, that's such a good deal. The Giants plus 3 against the Jaguars. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I'm not playing there 5-1. I understand there's momentum there. Got my guy Mike Kafka as offensive coordinator. Dable's doing great. Everyone's feeling good. Haven't felt this good since maybe a couple Tom Coughlins, but like Jim Fossil. I mean, God, this is great. It's so great. I think this is the deal of the century, and I'm easy. This is going to be one of my biggest bets of the week. I love the Giants plus 3. Why am I wrong, Chris?
I actually like the Giants as well this week. A lot of people don't because of the luck, but I think the Giants are well coached enough to get it done.
Sometimes you trick yourself, especially if you're a sharp. You trick yourself into being like, this looks too good. But as a square, this is great, and I'm going to take it.
We're going with Seattle plus 6.5 at the Chargers. Thanks to the league's 4th ranked offense by DVOA, the Seahawks are actually the better of these two teams on paper. Seahawks are 9th in overall DVOA. The Chargers are 11th. And the Seahawks defense started the year horribly, but it is starting to improve. Tariq Woolen looks like he's going to be a problem. So I think Seattle should be able to score enough to hang with this Chargers team in LA, where they don't really have a home field advantage. And the Chargers, they've won by just more than 5 points once in 6 games. So I feel good about this 6.5 for Seattle.
All right. My pick is going to be Carolina and Tampa Bay over 40.5 points. We're all overcorrecting here. The fact that the unders have gone 60.6% through 6 weeks. We've only had a couple games. There was a couple 37.5s. There was 39.5, and now 40.5. This is low. Yes, Carolina is not good. Surprise. I think Brady's angry. I think they're good for at least 27 points, and Carolina is going to get to 2 touchdowns. This is going to hit the over. So I'm very confident. I rarely bet an over, but this one's a juicy one.
I feel like you say that every week and then you bet an over. I'm going with the Jets Broncos under 38.5. The Broncos are allowing 16.5 points per game, but they're scoring only 15 this year. So that's under 32 combined points that the Broncos games are averaging. They have arguably the league's best defense. I think they'll be able to get pressure on Zach Wilson, whose passer rating is 3 when he's pressured, just 4 of 23 It's
That's not
3.
true.
It is 3. Look it up. The Jets defense, top 5 in pressure rate and allowing just 15.7 points per game over its last 3 games. Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed on the outside should be able to contain Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy. So I'm just expecting an ugly defensive battle all the way around. Give me under 38.5 in Jets Broncos.
So those are our picks, 5 and 5 for week 7. Just remember, I was 2-1 last week, and Chris was 1-2. You probably should listen to my picks more than his. And if you want to hear us every week, make sure you go to the YouTube channel and subscribe to us on the Action Network. For Chris Raybon, I'm Darren Rovell, and we'll get you next week.